Hey guys, welcome to Delicious Home and Garden. Today we'll be making cinnamon buns. I've added bacon, but you can omit that if you do not use bacon. So this is a basic bread dough. This is the recipe for the dough. If you do not know how to make a bread dough, I refer you to my other bread video. Let's get started. Here I've mixed all the ingredients together and I've added the yeast starter mix. Going to mix it until it's a clean bowl state. Continue mixing for an extra 5 minutes until the dough is soft and pliable. You will also notice that the dough looks smoother and has no bubbles or tears. I'm also taking some butter and buttering my bowl, which is what I will use to allow my bread to rise twice. And for the third time when we've rolled our cinnamon buns. Once the bowl is buttered, I like to use the wrapper of the butter. That way we don't waste anything. I'm going to put the dough into a ball form and kneading it from underneath and creating that shape. Cover and let rise for 30 minutes. Once it's doubled in shape, we are going to punch it down and again form it into another ball and place it back into the bowl and covering it down for another additional 30 minutes. It's important that you put it in a warm spot so that the dough will rise faster. Here we are shaping it for the second time into the ball shape for the second rising. Please notice that we are not over kneading the dough. Oh my goodness, our dough has doubled, I think tripled in size, which is a good sign. We will make our cinnamon buns, and remember to make it smaller because we will let it rise for a third time. Mix your cinnamon sugar mixture, which is in the recipe. You can also do bacon, which is optional and is a favorite of my family's. Roll out your dough in a rectangular shape, and the dough should be about 1 centimeter to 3/4 of a centimeter thick. Lather with a thin layer of butter and then sprinkle your topping, which is your cinnamon sugar, evenly throughout. Then we are going to add a couple drops of butter or dabs of butter on the top and roll. Once you're ready to roll your dough, please don't roll it too tight because we are going to be allowing the dough to rise for a third time. It's important that you let the dough relax and not pull on it too tightly. We're going to cut the dough into 1.5 inch pieces because when they rise, they'll be about 2 to 3 inches high. Cover your baking sheet or pan with parchment paper. It's easier for cleanup and also for removing the delicious cinnamon buns with some warm milk, and just to get a light coating on the top. This will ensure that your cinnamon buns will be moist while they bake in the oven. We're going to brush every one with milk. Then we're going to cover it down and let it rise for the last and final 30 minutes. At this time, you can set your oven to 350. Now that our bread has risen for the third and final time, wow, look how huge they've gotten, and they look delicious. If you notice the top of the buns are dry, you can brush it once more with the milk mixture. It's important that once we bake it, it has some moisture. Now our oven is almost ready, but let's take a look at the recipe once again, because at this time, once the cinnamon buns are in the oven, you can mix your frosting. Here's where you can play a little, and I switched up the icing sugar and used maple sugar because I think it will be great with the bacon. However, if you will not be using bacon, then you can use the straight recipe found here on this page. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really wanted to focus on the technique. As I said, if you'd like to know how to make bread and mix the starter, please look at my other bread video. Please like and subscribe, and I thank you once again for joining us. God's blessings.